Alrighty then, let's talk some Pistons. Let's talk some Lions, some Pistons, some Lions, some Pistons, some Pistons and Lions. Last few times we kind of started off talking about the Pistons first. Yeah. We started off talking about the Lions. Then we ended with the Pistons. You can find this playlist, find this video in the Power live stream playlist. So shout out to Michigan for holding it down. Getting to the national championship. I don't think it's gonna be as easy people think. Shout out to Michael Phoenix and Washington, man. They're a really good football team. I've been following them a little bit this year. And that ain't gonna be no easy test for Michigan. Them type of offenses, real quick, tend to give Michigan problems. Remember last year with TCU and they higher powered offense, whatever. I know it's a different Michigan team this year, but I'm just saying, I mean, don't count y'all chickens before they hatch. It's kind of like Lions fans trying to count their chickens before it hatch with, we playing the Rams or the Giants beat the Rams. And, ain't nothing to give me when, you with the Detroit Lions. So we're going to be talking about us, Dan Campbell too aggressive. Lions first playoff test is Matthew Stafford. And then we're going to end it off with Monty Williams being public enemy number one. Flavor Flav number one. Public enemy number one. However the movie go, however the song go. Shout out to Public Enemy, one of the greatest rap groups of all time. Chuck D, Professor Griff, Flavor Flav. 911 is a joke in your town. Get up and get down. 511 is a joke in your town. So shout out to them, man. For sure. Ooh, baby, I like it raw. Rest in peace to ODB too. But make sure I thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. So we can start talking about is Dan Campbell simply too aggressive? I mean, he stood on business when 97 won the ticket and Stoney and them pressed him. He said, you can say it. Go ahead and say it. Sean Payton was equally aggressive. Y'all forgetting the Super Bowl? They come out in the halftime. They was playing the Colts. And, Sean Payton, what did he do? He kicked the onside kick. And it worked. He kicked a surprise onside kick. And they end up winning that Super Bowl, man. One of my favorite Super Bowls to watch. Tracy Porter got the pick six. So you got to remember, they are an aggressive, he comes from an aggressive coaching tree. Sean Payton is a very, very aggressive coach. And I don't have no issue with it. I just felt my biggest issue, kind of going back to that game, not to beat a dead horse dead. My issue is once you get that offside penalty, the momentum, you got to think about the game. Football is a game of momentum. If you play Madden, Madden for years, and I don't play it anymore, but for years, it had momentum swings. And once you get that momentum on your side, it's a real thing. Momentum swings are actually a real thing in the game of football. All right. So once that momentum went away from them taking that 2-point conversion away, which I'm not going to continue to harp on that. When they took that 2-point conversion away, and then they got the offside. I mean, just talk about the offside. Fuck the offside. Excuse my language. I'm a little bit belligerent in some videos coming up. But forget the offsides, right? Take that away. When you didn't get that 2-point conversion, that was the play that they were saving all week. So when they didn't get the 2-point conversion, they should have just kicked the field goal. Now, did they feel confident in Michael Badgley making a 30-yard field goal? That's another question to be asked. Maybe that's what it was. They didn't feel comfortable in Michael Badgley making a 30-yard field goal. And if that's the case, he don't have to say it because you don't want to get inside your kicker's head and make that public. You don't want to do it. Trust and believe me. So if that was their reason, they didn't trust Badgley to make the extra kick, so be it. But that wasn't even the only aggressive play that kind of was like, you know what I'm saying? You got to remember, too, and I'm going to point some things out before we kind of get to the premise of this. I'm going to point some things out, too, because other than this real quick, you got to remember they should have kicked the field goal. Even though they was inside the 10 early in the game, you didn't have no points. You take the points, right? We used to have a rule of thumb. When I was in college, man, we had a rule of thumb. We play Madden for money. That's how I made my money. Middleman deals, wrote people essay papers because I was a good writer, and I banked niggas in Madden and Fight Night. Those was my 2 games. Wasn't really, I was good at 2K, but that really wasn't a real big dorm game, right? So our rule of thumb was this: if you up, you go for the pick. If you down, you go for the SWAT on defense. That was our rule of thumb. If you up, you playing Madden and you know your user skill, you go for the pick. If you down, you go for the SWAT. You know, and I feel like if you don't have no points on the board, you go get the points. He kicked that field goal. It's a different ball game. You can even rewind to, I don't know if this was before or after that play, to where Derek Barnes missed a sack on Dak Prescott. Now, apparently he got a roughing the passer penalty, and they asked Aaron Glenn today, did that affect him going after the quarterback? And it probably did. You know, but you got to make that play. I'd rather give up 15 yards than give up a 7. Because you got to remember, too, in your back end, you got Vidor playing back there. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying he been bad, but with Gardner Johnson coming back, it definitely got to be some reshuffling of the it definitely has to be some reshuffling of the back end. But also, if you notice, man, and this is something, I don't listen to other Detroit channels, like, you know, really I don't. Other than Micro Mike, I don't really listen to nobody else. A lot of them niggas some haters. Let's be real. And I ain't no hater, and I don't fuck around with no haters. But nonetheless, if you notice, it seemed that Aaron Glenn got the orders to be more aggressive in his packages. So who knew the Lions could be a good blitz team? So Aaron Glenn is becoming equally as aggressive on the defensive side of the field as Dan Campbell is in going for it on the offensive side of the field. Now, I feel if Dan Campbell had a Lamar Jackson, if Hendon Hooker, was healthy, and you know what I'm saying, you know, you have somebody mobile that gives you a different a dimension as far as being aggressive in what you're doing, then cool. That's cool with me. Then go for it. But Jared Goff's mobility, there's not an M in Jared Goff's name. You know what I'm saying? Mobility is not in Jared Goff's family lineage. He didn't get that genetic if it's in there. He ain't no Mike McMahon. You know, for people who remember Mike McMahon, you know what I'm saying? He ain't no Drew Stanton. Drew Stanton had better wheels than him. Matter of fact, he ain't got the wheels that that Matthew Stafford had. He was an underrated mover in the pocket. So you got to remember that. So what also eliminates them being aggressive going them play calls is that you don't have the dimension of even rolling out Jared Goff and putting them on the boot. So imagine how much more Ben Johnson can do with a quarterback that can walk and chew bubblegum, that can move. You imagine, you know, how if he can get Jared Goff on the boot and they can move the pocket and get him on the boot and do more of those things. They can't do those things because anytime he got to pick his feet up, you know, when they facing pressure, you know what I'm saying? You know, he not good. So what they tried to supplement for that was throwing quick screens, and they tried to throw screens. And the problem with the screen game is, you know, David Montgomery, y'all ain't gonna hear me on this. He's their best passing running back. Another thing I don't hear people speaking about on social media is how Jahmyr Gibbs can't catch the damn football. You know, and you got to remember that pick that he threw on the quick screen. One thing you got to understand your audience. Okay, I say this all the time. When you selling something, or when you producing something, you got to know your audience. And the audience, when you talk about the Dallas Cowboys, the audience with the Dallas Cowboys, it tells you this: they're fast. They're going to over pursue. So guess what that tells me? Okay, they're going to bring a blitz, so you want to catch them with a quick screen. But guess what? They also a problem because if they sniff out the quick screen, it's not going to work. Your lineman got to kick out there and get a hat on the hat. That's how quick screens work. And they were so athletic that they picked off a screen. So the screen game wasn't an option. And Ben Johnson, he holds a lot of responsibility in his game plan. Even though, albeit with a quarterback he limited that they're going to pay and probably give 5 years and pay it, it'd probably be a potential out. I know y'all don't like it. I don't like it, but these NFL people, they hold on to quarterbacks like y'all hold on to women that ain't no good. I can't find another woman. Okay. You can always do it again. If you did it once, you can do it again. You know what I'm saying? Listen to me. They hold on to these guys. They overpay these guys, right? And then they notice that, the NFL defenses catch up to them like Daniel Jones, and they trash. They whack Arnold. But nonetheless, his game plan should have been running down the throats of the Dallas Cowboys. Then once you get them, pursuing and trying to stop the run and putting people in the box, then you go out there to those zone reads. Then you get them on the boot. You do the pitches and the crackdown pitches and all that stuff. They should have came with power football, right down the middle, pulling the guards more, not with that trap shit where, once again, you playing a very, very fast defense. Why would you have Sam Laporta come cross the formation, block an athletic defensive end on more than one occasion, two that I can remember, right? And he can't get there. He can't get there. They too athletic. Them slow developing plays, misdirections. That's when you get them over pursuing. That's when you get them guys coming downhill to stop the run in the box. Now, I will give him a pass. And people say, oh, how are you going to give him a pass? He didn't have his fullback. Now they getting the fullback back. It's a very underrated guy they getting back. Now what you can do with the fullback, you can put the fullback back there and you can allow David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs to run between the tackles. That should be the game plan. They should both have 20 carries in most of these games and get downhill. You playing the Dallas defense, look here, you got to wear that ass out. You got to wear them out. Coming physically downhill. Then another thing I felt that he could have made, I kind of made this about him. I really, but y'all know how it is. But another thing he could have did, I like to see them run with more tempo. I was just looking at the situation like, hey, man, they should run a little bit more tempo, get to the line, quick snap it. You know what I'm saying? I felt that they should have did that. So at the end of the day, maybe we got to see them again. We want to save some plays. We want to, put some tricks under our arms and all that. But at the end of the day, he was the worst performer of the day. Even more so than that man than Derek Barnes missing that tackle. And Barnes been fantastic all year. Shit happened. Guess what? You live to play another week. But his game planning, and I understood why he was trying to get an over pursuing. They didn't respect the Lions' run game in between the tackle. They didn't have to because they never established it. So I just think when you play teams like Dallas that's fast and these hybrid linebackers that are not gap fillers, you get a fullback. And I agree with O.J. Simpson said a couple years about Saquon Barkley. Give him a fullback, let the fullback lead the way, and let him get downhill. Let these dudes, okay, you put Gibbs in the game, or they're going to throw a swing pass or a Texas route or do a zone read or a pitch. No, Gibbs is really good inside. Wear the middle out. Wear the middle out. That's what I just feel like. Like, at the end of the day, I feel like they should have ran more power football. They should have ran more up-tempo. You got a smaller defense. So guess what? They tired. Go to the line and run it again. And I also feel that and for them to be successful, they're only gonna be as successful in other than running the ball. They're only gonna be as successful as Donovan Peoples-Jones, Josh Reynolds, and Jameson Williams are outside and how Goff goes outside those outside the hashes. If they don't have nothing to go, if they don't throw outside the hashes, this playoff run, which we don't really expect to last long, they playing with house money, it's not gonna last long. You have to be able to throw outside the hashes. And if those are comebacks, and a lot of times Jared Goff, even on the out route, he threw behind Sam Laporta. He's missing low. The ball is not zipping out his hand like it was early in the year. He's missing low and on the inside. When you throw them out breaking routes, the boundary is your protection. You don't want to miss inside and inside at all. Inside, nothing. Inside low, inside high. You want to miss to the boundary. The boundary is your protector. You know? So when he offering them timing routes, he got to put that ball right by the boundary or put it right on the numbers. And his accuracy has been a huge issue the second half of the season. Is it the pressure? Is it an injury? Even when he's throwing the ball is coming out wobbly. And everything they built, everything you build, Jacksonville built a fantastic team to win the Super Bowl. What stopped that team from winning the Super Bowl? Yeah, Tom Coughlin's an asshole. What stopped them from a quarterback? That's what stopped them from winning the Super Bowl. If the Lions lock up Jared Goff and they have no plans on letting another quarterback or Hendon Hooker come in, this is gonna mess up the whole rebuild, bro. It's gonna mess up the whole rebuild. You know, that's like somebody making some good macaroni and putting tomatoes on that shit. Man, make that shit optional. Put that shit on the side. I actually think the Lions are going to play the Packers in the wild card. Do you think? Is that possible? I don't know the scenario, but is that possible? Did they play the Packers? Because how would that? Let's see. How would that work? Because if the Packers, let me see. So that's my thing about it. Well, if the 49ers, shouldn't they rest their players? Well, the Rams are resting their players, right? So yeah, the Rams are resting their players. So would that knock okay, here we got some clarity. Shout out to the New York Times, which I'm on the email list, by the way. Don't ask why. So here we go. So that outcome ain't happening. They'll be the 3 seed. If the Lions win, they need the Eagles and the Cowboys to lose. That ain't happening. We'll be the 3 seed, right? I mean, I don't even know if we gonna win. So this shit is confusing. If we lose, we 3. So yeah, the Packers could be in a pack. I don't know. I guess they could play the Packers. So what happens here if the Packers beat the Bears, which that ain't no given at this point, and the Rams win, they'll be the last seed. If the 49ers win, they'll be the 6th seed. But the Packers got to win. So they could play the Packers. I mean, that's also dangerous, and I speak on that before I speak to Stafford. That's also dangerous. Anytime you play somebody 3 times in a year in a division opponent, that's your biggest threat. Usually that's your biggest threat. Anytime you play somebody 1 or 2 times, they already know what you're going to do. So at the end of the day, they know what the Lions going to do. They know what the Packers going to do. I think what's best for television ratings, I guess if the Packers were to lose, they out. If they lose, things get more complicated. They would be eliminated if the Vikings beat the Lions or if the Seahawks beat the Cardinals. So if they lose and the Vikings beat the Lions, I don't know why we beating them got something to do with it. Or if the Seahawks beat the Cardinals, they out. So the Seahawks probably would get in there and they probably would be, the Vikings can still make it. If the Vikings win, they have a 15% chance to make it. They need the Seahawks and Packers to lose, plus at least either the Panthers or or the win from a Panthers or a Falcons, which then that ain't out the realm of possibility. So Seattle, I think if Seattle will win, we probably more likely will be playing the Rams if the Packers lose. So, and obviously the Packers are riding a tremendous win streak. The Bears are riding a nice win streak. Let's talk about them for a minute. They comparing us to them last year, but at the end of the day, it's easy to play when you don't have no pressure on your ass. That's the difference. They just playing spoilers. I mean, you look at the teams they beat. They did get us. That was embarrassing. They should have just kept running the ball. Okay, let's kind of go down the line. They beat the Vikings. I'm not impressed. They beat us. All right. Then, they lose to the Browns. It's a good football team. They beat the Cardinals, and they beat they're not playing nobody. So they play the Packers. Now the thing is, the Packers have had this Darth Vader type of Sith Lord hold on the Packers on beating the Packers and are beating the Bears. So, if I was a betting man, I would pick the Bears to win that game. They in Green Bay. I mean, Justin Fields playing for his career in Chicago. I think he would try to get to Atlanta though, where he from, and maybe he don't want to play where he at home. But it just wouldn't surprise me, to be honest. It wouldn't surprise me. But more likely who I wouldn't play between the Packers, Seahawks, and I don't think the Seahawks got a chance to play us if we finish third. I honestly wouldn't want to play. I probably wouldn't want to play. I probably still wouldn't want to play Stafford. I'll play the Packers again. I don't know how they beat us on Thanksgiving. I don't know. I'd rather play the Packers. But wouldn't that be something? The Packers come back and beat them. Either way, it's tough beans. I see the 49ers beating the Rams. I don't think the Packers gonna beat the Bears. That's my upset of the week. I don't think so. I think the Packers got a number of injuries coming up too. I don't think they're gonna beat the Bears. Yeah, they whooped the Bears early in the season. And I know the Bears ain't played nobody, but I don't see that happening. I think the Bears gonna go in there. I think the Bears gonna go in there and beat the Packers, y'all. That's just the feeling. If they lose to the Packers, man, and they get beat like they got beat before, all momentum go out the window. The Bears are a 3-point underdog. Let's look at the injury list real quick. So, yeah, Jaden Reed is questionable. So they got their guys back. So yeah, I got the Packers winning that. I got the Bears winning that game. Like I know they 2-6 on the road. I got the Bears winning that game. Just a hunch. I think it's more to do with Gift's ball play, Goff's ball placement to read in the field. I agree with that. He missing low. I like Ben Johnson's play calling for his new job next year. I wonder who Ben Johnson's going to take with him for whatever job. Will he take Mark Brunell and Randall L? Who said he getting the job? He might not get one. Well, how many openings is going to be open? I don't be getting these notifications. Can I join this? I'm going to do this one solo, bro, today. He said, shout out to my boy Tumba, though. I think Ben Johnson stayed one more year for the sake he's still raw as Dan Campbell. I mean, hey, man, sometimes, that defense go to shit, then the offense go to shit, then he ain't got no job. You take the opportunity. But it got to be the right one. I wouldn't go to Carolina. I give credit to Ben Johnson in terms of what he got. He got St. Brown way more involved this year compared to last year. He's going to get 250. Well, at the end of the day, wasn't he involved last year other than their injury? I don't never really remember it being a St. Brown shortage. I don't remember that. Remember he got injured too last year too. So he missed the game, and then he was walking around limping for the Cowboy game. So I don't really see no shortage. Just from recollection. I mean, last year he did have 146 targets. He played one more. He played the same amount of games this year, 146 targets. So he should get more on Sunday if they play a lot. Yeah, he get 200 more yards, I guess. More touchdowns. So I mean, I guess I just really ain't really seeing it being a shortage. I don't really see it being a shortage like that. I felt bad for Laporta. We're asking a lot of him, in my opinion. That's because he can't, because they relying on throwing inside the numbers. Goff still throwing ducks, even on that throw to Jameson Williams. That was a duck. That shit just like it's like a field goal getting kicked. That's what it look like to me. But if they do play Stafford, I mean Stafford or Green Bay, with Stafford, I mean it is what it is. It is what it is. Shout out to James Kiefer. I don't mean to say your whole name in the PayPal. I appreciate it, brother. Uh, but shout out to James Kiefer. But like I continue to say, man, it's just to the point where it got to the point, in my opinion, where he is becoming a problem. It's becoming a problem. So, but nonetheless, man, dude throwing ducks and all that type of stuff, that is what it is. But but Stafford coming back, I mean, that's what the TV ratings want. That's what they'll be hoping and praying for, is that Matthew Stafford come to Detroit. I don't know if they can put the lines on Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. That's the TV ratings. The Packer game, that's a good TV ratings. The Seattle game was good earlier this year. If somehow we get Seattle, which I don't think is mathematically might not be possible. So, I mean, obviously, you take what you can get. I don't think it's no easy game, especially when you play, Green Bay twice this year. Honestly, I don't know what happened on Thanksgiving. That was embarrassing. But Stafford coming back, and Aaron Donald is Aaron Donald, Stafford, Nakua, Cooper Kupp, they dangerous. So, but it don't matter. You got to beat who you got to beat, and they get that monkey off their back, then they be playing with house money. I just want Dallas no matter what. You want to get cheated again? Shout out to my boy Kobe, man. Subscribe and share. Y'all want to get cheated again? I mean, if you win, you get Dallas. Unless if Dallas lose to, who would Dallas play? They would play Green Bay, Seattle, or the Rams. They already popped the Rams, but I think the Rams on a different level right now. To be honest, I mean, other than anytime, as long as Stafford ain't got to go outside, I'm telling you, they on point. For anyone planning to get playoffs, I expect the Lions game to be Sunday night. Playoff schedule come out Sunday. If it's Stafford, it's gonna be a primetime spot. If it's, any of the games is good. I think Green Bay. I gotta look at the schedule. Saturday afternoon is the worst slot. Saturday primetime is the worst slot. So the 8:00 game, 7:00 game on Saturday is the worst TV spot. That's where you don't want to be. That's where nobody gonna be watching. So either they're gonna be Saturday afternoon. Will it be Sunday or Monday night? If it's Stafford, I would bet it might be Sunday or Monday night. If it's Seattle, it's a chance it's Sunday, Monday night. But I would probably be a betting man and say it's more likely probably going to be a Sunday afternoon game. And but all of them is good games. I say Seattle, they always have our. I don't think we'll play Seattle. I don't think it's mathematically possible for us to play Seattle. I think Seattle playing for the final seed. That's why Green Bay, that's why the Rams can rest their players. So, yeah, the Seattle, I think let's see the Rams in the Seattle tiebreaker. Let's see who won both games. I could be wrong, but the Rams, I think the Seattle only can get the final spot. Unless we get the second seed, even if we get unless we get the second seed, which I don't see happening. So, yeah, I think Seattle could only get that final spot. So the Rams beat Seattle once in Seattle, and they beat them twice. So, yeah, the Rams got the tiebreaker. So if we get into the third spot, yeah, Seattle is not an option. The Bears got a top defense. Yeah, they playing good right now. They still can make it. The Rams going Super Bowl if they can avoid Dallas. They can't. DJ Moore said, said they humbled on X. I might put something on that. I'm telling you, bro. You know, the problem is, can Justin Fields throw the football? They have a good chance of upsetting Green Bay. Bears got nothing to lose, and that's what make them dangerous. Said the Lions has years of tape on Stafford. I wouldn't mind if he faced the Rams. That's true. Well, boy, oh boy, if he came in here, got to win. Stafford is still a statue in the pocket. He gonna be eating steak, man. They still got some killers. And that Demarcus Robinson kid that came over, I bet the Kansas City wish they had his ass now. Him and Stafford over there making sweet chin music, not just Nakua. I've been watching them, not just Cooper Kupp. It seemed like Cooper Kupp a little banged up, but that Demarcus Robinson kid that came over, and gosh, golly gee, Kansas City could have used him now. They could have used him. But let's switch over to the Pistons for the final 30 minutes. So apparently everybody got a problem with Monty. Okay. And I ain't talking about that Monte Carlo sitting on 20s neither. All right, Jay Ivy dad, like he posted a tweet. He posted a tweet again and said that the smartest guy in the room strikes again. Now, I was fortunate enough to catch the highlights of the Jazz game yesterday. Now, apparently, Jay Ivy also liked a tweet saying that Livers has no business being out there. So also, I ain't got it. I can't find the exact tweet. But he also went out there and said that Monty Williams is the smartest guy in the room. The smartest guy in the room strikes again. Matter of fact, I can show you all that. Hold on. So apparently he deleted this tweet. So he says that the smartest person in the room strikes again. Now, apparently, I think he deleted this. Now, nonetheless, I mean, Monty Williams seemed to be the center of the problem. Now, they lost a lot of games with Stan Van Gundy. I think I called him Jeff in the video earlier. They lost a lot of games with Dwayne Casey. Now, they ain't never lost 29 straight games with them, but they lost a lot of games with him. So, I mean, that is what it is, but it seems like everybody got a problem with Monty. Obviously, their problem with Monty is that he don't really like Jaden Ivey because he put him on the bench, didn't tell him, right? Troy Weaver don't like him. He allegedly had Tom Gores go talk to him about putting Ivy in the rotation. All right. So apparently, some people, the front office don't like him because he not playing with their toys the way he wants them to play with all the trinkets and toys they got on the team. So how can the organization thrive? How can we move forward? How can we progress? Right? How can we progress? Right? When we got internal beef where the owner got to come down and talk to the coach. He got to come down and talk to the coach. About his rotations. He said, I've never had to do that before. So at the end of the day, they got a lot of problems to figure out. And Monty seemed to be at the center of it. Do you let him go? Do you change? I mean, do you let $75 million go? Do you change the players in the mode that he want to change the roster into? I mean, you had Lemon Pepper Lou saying they need to blow it up and keep everybody, but get rid of everybody but Duran and Isaiah Stewart. And I'm just trying to look at why people have this infatuation with Isaiah Stewart. But you know what, man, you know what? That's a different story for a different day. Now I got a video coming up on that. But nonetheless, it never helps when you got family members tweeting out about the coach. It's not gonna help a toxic situation. That's just gonna make a person not like y'all even more. So the organization once again got a decision to make. We sit everybody down, try to clear the air, try to work through this, or somebody got to go. You got to get rid of the front office and let Monty, control, get his GM in there or be the GM, and let him control who he wants to keep and who he don't want to go. Or you get rid of the coaching staff and let Troy Weaver bring in Kevin Ollie or was other dude from Milwaukee and bring in his own guy. And best believe Monty Williams ain't giving no money back. So, okay, or you can just clean out house, right? You can clean out the front office, you can clean out the coaching staff and redo it. So, before it progresses and get better, it's gonna get worse until they start everybody get on the same page. This is you want to see why they lost 29 straight games. It's not because of the talent. And Nerlens Noel chimed in. Now he don't know nothing about Monty Williams as far as the situation, but he said that the front office and the coaching staff was messing them up last year. He said, "Good group of guys. It's not the players, it's the organization." And the NBA is loving to see Detroit fry. They loving it. They loving it. So at the end of the day, you forced the dude to take a job. You gave him an offer that he could not resist. And now, every time he do, and he admitted to it. He said, "Yeah, I gotta say, with somebody this generous with the offer, he basically had to take it. He had a gun to his head saying, 'Take this money.' He'd be a fool not to. It's guaranteed, regardless, the majority of it. But now you have dysfunction. They gave Troy Weaver 4 additional years based off what? I don't know. I thought it would be based off he can hire his own coach and finally implement his own system. But I say this. Some black people not gonna be like when I say this. This is run like a typical black business, a stereotypical black business. Dysfunctional, lack of communication, beefing from across the goddamn job. I know when I walk into jobs and I see the majority is black people, I already know, red flag. Yeah, I said it. I did it. I said it. I know if the management is black, I know it's a red flag. Automatic red flag. And right now, they're running this like a typical Negro business. Fake laugh. See, they cut me off when I start saying some real shit. They cut me off. Fake laughing. They probably beefing behind the scenes, all types of shit. I ain't never want him here. Why they hire this chump that don't know what he doing as a G? I guarantee you it. They got an organization divided. Somebody got to go, or somebody got to sit down and air. If we sit down and hired him, and going back to that clip that I never spoke on. Hold on, going back to that clip that I never spoke on. Let me see if I can pull this clip up. I don't know if I still got it. But this clip say everything you need to know. If I can pull this clip up. This clip tell you everything you need to know about how this brother felt about the hiring. If I can find this clip tell you everything you need to know. And I don't know if I can find it. And I probably can't. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Hold on, big fella. Hold on. All right, let me know if y'all can hear it or if y'all can't hear it.
Do you view this as a signal or a message that you guys are ready to win, ready to start competing at a higher level with this team, or sort of what do you think a hire like this can do to sort of help accelerate that in the win column as far as going forward?
Hold on. Come on, man. I play that clip again. That's all you need to see
Do you
right
view this as
here.
a signal or a message that you guys are ready to win, ready
Look where they sitting at for one, and look where he's sitting at.
to start competing at a higher level with this team, or sort of what do you think a hire like this can do to sort of help accelerate that
Look at his face. I ain't want this ninja here.
in the win column as far as going forward?
He like, this shit ain't gonna help us win. He like, look at Troy Weaver. This shit ain't about to help us win. I ain't about to sit here and lie to the fans. Let this dude lie to the fans. Come on. Your owner said you speak on it. So don't nobody want to speak on. Giving this ninja a potential $100 million contract. It don't look like he gonna hit them incentives, but a potential $100 million contract, the highest contract in the NBA at the time until Popovich came in, which his bitch ass didn't deserve that contract neither. Yeah, I said it. And I like Popovich, but he didn't deserve that contract. That motherfucker ain't shit without Tim Duncan and them dudes. Yeah. I said it. My little soundboard on here. I said it. Look, yeah, he was like, I ain't about to lie to these people. I got to go to Starbucks. I got to go to the Coney on Dexter and Livernois. I got to be in the hood. Oh, man.
Well, Monty's Monty. So the thing,
How you start? Oh, Monty's Monty. That's how you start off?
first, the roster is much better than what it was.
Oh, the roster is much better is what they selling you. The same roster with Killian Hayes, low sodium beef stew, Marvin Bagley, which I was hollering and screaming about Marvin Lady Bagley. Trash. My Bubba Dub voice. Trash. Marvin Bagley, you gonna hurt your back riding that bench like that.
Right, and we had to clean up a lot of things. And then Monty.
What? Okay, they did a lot of cleaning up, but it's still funky as an old batch of collard greens, as the Snoop D-O-double-G would say on the Classic Chronic album in the classic song, It's a G Thing. What did he clean up? It still smell like funky feet in here.
Is Monty. He has this amazing balance to have structure and strength and all of these things.
At the end of the day, everything you need to know is on the screen. Just read the screen. Read the screen. Not Detroit Pistons owner, not the CEO of the Pistons. Everything you need to know about this situation. This whole video got so many red flags. It got so many red on the Pistons press conference introducing a potential $100 million contract with incentives. It says Tom Gores, the chairman of Platinum Equity. Why doesn't it say Tom Gores, the owner of the Detroit Pistons? Stay woke.
Threads the needle. But then, as he said, he's emotional. He doesn't mind getting to know the players and live life with them. And if you really kind of look at what we've done, and Monty, thank you for life with them. And if you really kind of, but then, as he said, he's emotional. He doesn't mind the needle. But then, as he said, he's emotional. Threads the needle. But then, as he said, he's emotional. He doesn't mind getting.
Okay, now we'll get another red flag. Fuck, we need an emotional head coach for. Will we out here force MD tender love? Come on, man. Why is we need an emotional coach? Now you seeing why he ain't going good with you. You can't be emotional with these young niggas. Excuse my language. You can't be emotional with these dudes. You can't show weakness or you can't be emotional and yelling and sympathizing with these dudes that care about these kids. These kids don't care about nothing today. Back in the day, they cared about something. They cared about craftsmanship. They cared about their penmanship. They cared about they cared about their craft. They cared about their image. They don't care nothing about Instagram. You can't be emotional. You got to be hard and stoic with these dudes, man. That's another red flag. Like being emotional with these dudes. They need a foot up their ass.
Getting to know the players and live life with them. And if you really kind of look at what we've done, and Monty, thank you for all the nice words for both of us, but we really also figured out with Monty, and I didn't know you were going to share what you shared, how life and basketball are compatible, and they should be. I mean, we do this for a living, we're in basketball, but life is.
If you do this for a living, then why they say you the chairman of Platinum Equity? Come on. Come on. Here I say all alone, tossing, turning, tender love, love so tender, holding you close to me, baby, I surrender. Not the niggas from Long Island, man. Force MD Shaw, that was a great song too. Not my niggas from Long Island, which they was on the classic album Iron Man. They was all over Iron Man. It's one of my favorite rap albums of all time. One of my favorite rappers of all time. Got one of the greatest rap albums, Supreme Clientele, Ghostface Killer. But y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all be listening to wiggity, higgity, hoggity, hoogity, wiggity, all the rappers try to say. But like I said, come on, you got an emotional head coach. Oh, man, let me just let this roll. I could just break this down so many ways, bro.
Is ultimately a little bigger than basketball. In our ability, I think, together, a little bigger than basketball. And I didn't know you were going to share what you shared, how life and basketball are compatible, and they should be. I mean, we do this for a living, we're in basketball, but life is ultimately a little bigger than basketball. In our ability, I think, together, being compatible about that. I appreciate and respected what Monty was going through, and I don't think there's any reason that life and basketball.
Okay, if you respect what he going through, he said, "Yeah, not right now. I just can't take the job right now." You say he got more money to take the job. Here, we got the best healthcare. Take this money. Take this money. Make this money. Ain't no way you gonna take this from me. Ain't shit funny. So let's do it. Come on, man. Shout out to Black Rod. Rest in peace. He killed that. Let's get it. Had that album too. Come on, man. You forced the man to take the money, bro. Wish that nigga forced me to take $100 million. Boy, I'll be out there coaching. I'll be out there. I put beef stew all the way where the farthest popcorn stand. I had that nigga delivering popcorn in the stand. Yeah, I said it. Yup. No tips neither. You don't get to keep the tips. He's a popcorn server. That nigga need to be over there playing in Russia or something.
Can't be compatible. So I think that Monty's a great leader for these young men, but he wants to win. And Troy and I discussed that. We think, we're capable of winning. In a lot of our young folks, and it's in our veterans as well, but our young folks have really improved. I mean, there's a ton of improvement that's happened over the last few years. So I think, we're safe. Troy, you can finish the answer there, but.
Yes. We're ready to take a step forward. We had a lot of injuries last year that derailed us and slowed us down. But no, we're
okay. What's the excuse this year? He ain't say we ready to take steps this year. We ready to take a step. You ain't even took every little step I take. You ain't even took one. You ain't even took no steps. You ain't R. Kelly stepped in the name of love. Y'all, man, y'all ain't no big steppers. If y'all big stepping backwards. Y'all here hustling backwards.
we're ready to take a step forward, but that's no different than anything else. We're ready to go.
Yep. Yeah, we were too super. We ready to go. Yeah, Tip. I'm ready to go right now. Show me, give me the green light. Come on, man. Just for one, not ready to go right. They ain't went nowhere. They ain't gas, brake, dip, no E40, ghost ride the whip. Yeah, boy. This was hella dysfunctional press conference. This is hella. They was better off just zooming this shit. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Like Boosie and Jock said. Said, I saw that tweet. He been ethering Monty Williams all year like cat. He said, clean house right now. And these dudes messing up their reputation, messing up their brand deals, messing up their money they can get outside of basketball. They probably arguing with their woman and all that. And they like, you done lost 29 straight games. You gonna try to come in here and try to tell me something? Come on, man. Bunch of red flags. Emotional leader equals failure. Exactly. And I seen your boy Welcome Kessler got the ball Johnson by my boy Dern yesterday. I told y'all, man, I don't want no emotional leader, bro. Why y'all think it's so many young black men or black men today that's in jail, bro? They being raised by emotional women, bro, because that's what the government want. Charleston White had a great clip about why he didn't procreate with a black woman. I would have been, go find that clip. I ain't telling y'all what to do or what not to do, but it was a great clip. They want to keep your son away from you. And it's unfortunately the truth. And when you got emotional people raising emotional men and not rational and logical men, men are logical. You're biologically fighting their natural. You need a balance, that natural instinct. So you get them, you act out of rage and emotion. What they go do? Get a gun, shoot, don't think about it. Now you in jail, ain't no guns, ain't nothing but these hands and these shanks, and now you out your truth. It's a bunch of these videos going around and these rappers crying in prison, don't want to go to population. I ain't gonna say none, no names, some of them dudes dead right now, but hey, anybody can pull a trigger. People pull it out of fear. People pull it out of, maybe they're hard. People pull it because they think it's a game. But once you make a male emotional or too emotional, I mean, you got to show some emotion sometimes, but too emotional is never really a good thing. Sometimes it's okay to show him a lion. Sometimes he roar, let niggas know, hey, I ain't to be fucked with today. Every now and again, it's cool. And I'll give y'all this. When women pick at you and they get a reaction or yell or scream at you, that's what they want. They want you to get out your character. And I say this too, man, just to kind of get y'all the game. Most DV occurrences that happen is like a lot of them are initiated by women. It's the honest truth. If you look up and you look this up, right, and check out my channel. I did the other channel. I did a video on Free Game 89. Check this out, and I just want to help the young guys out here, man. Check this out. If you go look at the reasons lesbian couples divorce, right? They have the highest divorce rate of any other couple, gay men, straight couples, whatever you want to say, whatever you want to identify. One of the number one or two things they divorce over is DV. There you got it. Number two or number one was infidelity. So that let you tell you everything you need to know, bro. When a woman trying to pick at you and get a rise out of you and all that type of stuff, bro, you got a woman that provoke you like that, man, leave her ass alone. You check her one time and she ain't gonna learn, leave her. It's never a good idea to be emotional in your household. Never a good idea. Unless it's emotions of joy. And you better not be too happy, because that woman ain't gonna be too happy you happy. Anytime a man is happy, a woman just something in her natural instinct don't want you to be happy. And I'm just passing y'all the game down that I learned over the years, man. And I'll be a God on this truth. When he brought that, he's an emotional red flag. You don't want your leader to be emotional. You want him to make decisions on logic. Him or her to make decisions in logical sense. Just being honest. Yeah, he can't talk, but hey, if he did a good job, it wouldn't matter. Ivy Pops had Twitter fingers. He had Twitter fingers all this year. And they could be trying to get his son up out of here. He said Gore's investing Detroit money, grabbing everybody that gave him came to grab the bag too. It's sad for these young players. They want to win, but the organization doesn't. I mean, I don't think he doesn't want to win. I just think Avery, he just got bad intel. I think he got not bad intel. He got bad counsel. So he delegating to R. Teller, man, and he delegating to Stefanowski about how to do things. They fucking idiots. That's what we need to get rid of. Get you somebody that know how to do. Go pay Jerry West to teach you. Get you somebody young. Have Jerry West go pick a successor. Give Jerry West a bunch of money and have Jerry West school somebody. That's how you do it. Get somebody young that still could be molded. If you can't go buy Sam Presti, they should have been giving $100 million to Sam Presti to lead Oklahoma City Thunder. But if you can't do that, you go get Jerry West. You get Jerry West to be your counsel. He get the grooming the GM, and that's how you do it. Get somebody young, up and coming. You allow them to groom him, and that's how you do it. You don't take a former agent and a former burnout. Go get one of Colangelo's sons or Jerry Colangelo to help you. Colangelo and pay Jerry West to help you. You got any questions? I answer them. Groom somebody in that position. That's how you do it. You got two guys that come on, man. But it's a small world. It's a small world. So you never know what they know or who they know. So it's a very, 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 very small world. So that's my thing about it. But like I continue to say, man, this is just to the point where they destroying young men careers, young men brand because you're a bad organization. And this is, it's the number one thing you're gonna find out. A lot of y'all young guys, a lot of y'all gonna learn, man. The counsel you keep, is gonna go a long way in y'all life. The people you get advice from, the friends you get advice from, you want to go out there and go put hands because your girl got what cheating. Your homie gonna tell you, man. Your real counsel gonna tell your dad, your homie, your uncle, your mom, whoever your counsel is, your brother. Hey, man, don't even trip off that. You can find another one. Like, bro, come on, man. Let's go chill out. Let's go play the game. Let's go take a walk. Let's go find some more women. Let's go invest this money. Let's go read this book on how to get some money. Some friend ain't gonna say, well, yeah, let's go jump this nigga, man. I knew somebody, bro. He had a situation. There's girls with a new ninja and all that type stuff. Bro, I said, I'm like, nah, bro, that ain't how we gonna handle that. You gonna beat him up and we gonna jump him, and guess what? She gonna be right with him. Nah, bro. That ain't even worth you throwing away your freedom and using your custody. That's the type of counsel that you need. When you and your wife or your girlfriend going through it, not people that's gonna tell y'all to divorce or break up or y'all need to go work that out. Y'all need to sit down and work it out. Y'all need to work through this. Ain't nothing but a blip. Ain't nothing out here. That's what you need. You got people around you like that, you'll be all right, bro. He said rumors has it that Wiseman to the Pistons was a favor to Telemann, who counseled the Warriors GM. Well, there you go. We basically helped the Warriors. I mean, it is what it is. He ain't even getting a fair shake in Detroit. Maybe he just ain't that good. So I don't know, man. But hey, man, I appreciate y'all for tapping in to being a Piston Power One-on-One live playlist, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I'll put this on the podcast probably in the morning. It might be up tonight, man. Check out it on Spotify, man. Give it a listen, man. Follow me on Twitter, Spotify, Anchor, Spotify for podcasters, Facebook, aka Twitter X, Instagram, all there, man. Check out my other channels. Everything inside the link tree. Appreciate the love, support, man. Appreciate y'all. Thumbs up the video on the way out. Peace.